Students, here I will show how to represent root 9.3 on a number line. Already in previous exercise, you learned how to represent root 2, root 3 or root 5 on a number line using two methods. One was the spiral method and one was the direct method. Here I am going to explain how to represent root 9.3 on a number line. For that, first of all, you have to draw one of the line, because we are representing root 9.3 on a number line. So number line we need first of all. So I am going to draw the line here. I draw one of the line. In that line, you can mark one of the point. That point I mark as A. Now 9.3 centimeter distance you have to take from the point A and mark it. And mark that point as B. Now from B, you have to mark few more points in such a way that it should be in 1 centimeter distance. Like from B, you have to mark the next point. Next point I marked here. This is 1 centimeter from B. Then again I will be marking the another point which is 1 centimeter from this point. Like you have to mark 3-4 points here. This point B, you have to mark it as 0. Then from here to here the distance already took as 1 centimeter. So here I will be writing as 1. Then this is 2, 3, 4. Because here each distance you took as 1 centimeter. Now this point I am going to give the name as C. This is the point C. Now for drawing root 9.3, first of all, we need the midpoint of AC. Midpoint of AC from A to C is this distance, that is 10.3, because from A to B is 9.3. So you have to draw the perpendicular bisector for finding the midpoint. That already you learn in smaller classes. Simply we cannot mark the midpoint for a line segment. You have to construct a perpendicular bisector. If this is a line segment, then suppose from here to here, you can mark it as AB. From here to here, this is the full distance. So what you have to do, you have to take more than half of the distance in your compass. So AB is the, for example, AB is 10 centimeter. Then half means 5. More than 5 centimeter you have to take in your compass. So here more than half of AB I took in the compass. Now what you have to do? You have to keep your compass needle at A and mark an arc. Without changing the radius, keep at the point B and mark an arc. Afterwards you have to join it. Then you will be getting the perpendicular bisector. This procedure you have to follow here for constructing the perpendicular bisector of AC. How you will be doing? First of all, you have to take the compass. More than half of the distance, you have to take it from A to C. The total distance is A to C. So more than half of AC you have to take in your compass. Keep at A and mark an arc. Without changing the radius, means from here to here. This is your pencil and this is the needle of your compass. So this much distance, don't change the distance now. Keep at the point C and mark the point. Now you have to join these 2 points. This is the perpendicular bisector of AC. It means this point is the midpoint of AC. That point you can mark it as P. I marked as P here. It means the distance from P to C and P to A are same. Now what you have to do? From P to C, this distance, and P to A, this distance are same. So you have to take this much distance in your compass and keep the needle of the compass at P and draw a semicircle. One more time I will repeat. Take the distance from P to C in your compass and draw an arc. Now, you got one of the semicircle. In the next step, from the point B, you have to draw one of the perpendicular to this semicircle. For drawing the perpendicular, if you want, you can use protractor, or you can construct the 90-degree angle also. Here I am going to draw with scales. With scale also you can draw. How any one of the dark line you can coincide with the number line, and 90-degree line you can draw. This is exactly perpendicular of the number line. This point you can mark it as E. Now from B to E, this distance you have to take in your compass. Keep at the point B, otherwise at 0. You have to keep it here. The compass needle you have to keep it here, and the pencil you have to keep it here. This distance you have to take in your compass. Keep at the point 0 and mark an arc. Now you can see that arc is intersecting the number line at this point. So this point is root 9.3. Okay? Yes, the same way you can represent even root 5 also on a number line, root 2, root 3, root 5, root 7, whatever number you want, you can represent that on a number line. The procedure is same only. Here I will show how to draw root 5. For that, first of all, you have to draw another line. Mark one of the point. That point I marked as A. From here to, first of all, root 5 we have to draw. So 5 centimeter distance you have to take it and mark the point. From here to here you take 5 centimeter. Now, from here, after every 1 centimeter, you have to mark few points and mark that as 0, 1, 2, 3. This point is 0, this is 1, 2, 3, like you have to mark it. So the distance from A to B is 5 centimeter, and the distance from A to C. If I am marking this point as C, then from A to C, that is 6 centimeter. Then from here to here it is 7, 8, like it will go. But we want only till here for constructing the semicircle and all. So first of all, what I did, I drawn one of the line. In that, I marked one of the point. Then root 5 we have to draw. So 5 centimeter I marked at first. Then afterwards, I marked a few points in 1 centimeter gap. And these points marked as B and C. Now, I have to draw the perpendicular bisector of AC for getting the midpoint of the line segment AC. Perpendicular bisector. For drawing the perpendicular bisector, what we have to do? More than half of AC you have to take in your compass. More than half of AC you have to take in your compass, means this much distance and all. You can take in your compass. Keep at A. Mark an arc. Without changing the radius, keep at C and mark an arc. Now, these two intersecting points, you have to join it. You have to use scale and compass for constructing. Okay. Then this is a perpendicular bisector. Now this point can be marked as P. Now PC as a radius, or AP as a radius. because the distance from A to P and C to P are same. Either PC or CP as a radius or AP as a radius. You have to draw one of the semicircle. Now, in the next stage, from the point B, you have to draw one of the perpendicular. You have to draw one of the perpendicular using protractor or scale. Okay, you have to construct it. Now, this point can be marked as E. Now, from the distance B to E, you have to take in your compass. This much distance you have to take in your compass. Keep at the point B and mark an arc. Now, this is your required point. This point is under the root phi. I hope it is clear. Next, I am going to explain the third question of the exercise 1.3. The third question is, recall pi is defined as the ratio of the circumference of a circle to its diameter. That is, pi is equal to C by D. Then, this seems to contradict the fact that pi is irrational. How will you resolve this contradiction? What you understood from the question? Here it is given that pi is the ratio between the circumference and the diameter. That already you know. Okay. Then, if pi can be written as C by D, means pi is in the form of P by Q form. If the number we are able to write in the P by Q form, then that type of numbers are rational numbers. Okay, it means this is a rational number. C by D form it is written means it is a rational number. It means what? Pi is also a rational number. But already you learned pi is not a rational number. Okay, that is what they are asking. This seems to contradict the fact that pi is irrational, means there is some contradiction. Here, if we are seeing the ratio, the right hand side, then C by D, which is a rational number, but we know pi is irrational. Both the things at the same time, how is it possible? It means there is some contradiction. Is there any contradiction? That we will see. Yes, students, in the question it is given that pi is equal to C by D. From where it came? In smaller classes, already you learned that circumference of the circle, that is equal to 2 pi r. Already you learned. Okay. Now, pi, let it be here only. This 2r you have to bring towards down. Then pi is equal to, C is there at the right hand side, divided by the 2r you have to bring it here. It means pi is equal to C divided by 2r. 2 times the radius. 2 times the radius means diameter. This is the question they are given. Now you understood what they are given. They are given that pi is the ratio between the circumference and the diameter. It means that pi I have written as C by D. C by D means it is like a P by Q form. If one of the number, if we are able to write in P by Q form, it means that is a rational number. Already you learned. It means if the pi is written like a P by Q form, then pi is a rational number. But no, we know that pi is not a rational number. Then how it happens? Just to see there is a problem, we will see that. Okay. So here, I will take one of the small circle. Are you able to see? I took one of the circle here. I will take the circumference of the circle and the diameter of the circle. And I will take the ratio of the circumference of the circle and the diameter of the circle here. Already you know that pi is equal to circumference divided by diameter. So circumference of this circle I am going to take it. So for that I am using one of the thread. for finding the circumference. So circumference is length of the edge. So this is the length. Okay, now what I will do? The remaining part I will cut it. So now this length is equal to the circumference of the circle. Are you able to see? The length of the thread is 21. Yes, you see it is in between 21.2 and 21.3. Okay? At home you can do this activity. Just you try it. It is not necessary that the circumference you should get it same. You can take any circle. Means the size of the circle can be according to you. It can be 2 centimeter, 3 centimeter, 4 centimeter. Okay, you can take it, no problem. So here I took one of the circle and I got the length of the boundary as 21 point. I am not getting the exact, okay. So I will write in the same way. It is coming in between 21.3 and 21.4. It is coming in between 21.3 and 21.4. I am not getting the exact number. It means the length of the boundary, the circumference of the circle, that can be 21.312 etc. It can be 21.30 something etc. It can be 21.39459 etc. It means these type of numbers already you are familiar. These type of numbers are the irrational numbers which are not going to terminate. So this already are familiar. So here I am getting the length of the thread as an irrational number. It means length of the thread means circumference. That circumference I am getting as irrational number divided by the diameter. Diameter I am going to check now. I am getting the diameter as 6.5. That also it is not necessary that we should get the exact number. I will write the diameter as 6.5. Here it is not necessary that diameter also we should get it the exact number. That also can be rational number. But here I got 6.5. So here one of the irrational number we are dividing with a rational number. So already you learned in the previous videos. If one of the irrational number, if we are dividing with a rational number, then we will be getting irrational. It means the ratio of the circumference of the circle and the diameter we are getting as irrational. It means here also we are getting the pi as irrational number only. Pi is not a rational number. Here no any contradiction is there. Pi is irrational only. Got it? Students, I am going to explain the fifth question of the exercise 1.5. Rationalize 1 by root 7 minus 2. Yes, first of all, for rationalizing the denominator, what you have to do? First I am writing the question as it is. Now, I will multiply both the numerator and denominator with the conjugate of the denominator. So, here root 7 minus 2 is there. So, I will multiply with root 7 plus 2. Here also root 7 plus 2. Then numerator will become 1 into root 7 plus 2 will be root 7 plus 2. And the denominator is like a minus b into a plus b. Already you know a minus b into a plus b is equal to a square minus b square. So this can be written as a square minus b square form, because a minus b into a plus b form is a denominator. So that can be written as a square. A square means root 7 square minus b square. B square means 2 square. That is equal to root 7 plus 2 divided by root 7 square. Root 7 square is 7 minus of 2 square is 4. That is equal to root 7 plus 2 divided by 7 minus 4, which is 3. This way you have to solve this question.